Hi, I'm Barry, and we're back here in Madagascar with the Off the Chart team. We've all been very excited about coming back here. It's certainly one of those destinations that every time you leave it, there's a whole lot more that you want to do. And I guess we're back here to do that we haven't done. A lot of that would be the shore fishing, which was fantastic the last time we were here. And we were just looking to try and improve on the size of the fish that we were catching from the shore. And also some heavy popping and jigging. We've got some exciting new equipment, and we really want to give that a whirl. So hopefully it's going to be a fantastic trip.
You know, the regular hustle and bustle of life is a hectic thing. You know, between Barry and myself, we're both busy with our daily lives. So time is a very scarce commodity, and you sort of start planning these trips. You agree on some dates. You know, generally the golden rule with these trips is our dates need to be sort of over a spring tide. Try and get as close to possible to the back end of the spring tide as we can.
Yeah, we're just arrived in Antananarivo for our overnight stop. So yeah, just another one of those crazy journeys. Delayed flights, just full on mission. So yeah, we're busy. Our man's busy tying all the squam to the roof, and yeah, then we got a little 20-minute ride downtown to the hotel. Yeah, that's it. End of a long day. I managed to just wash off the dirty stink of the travel, and yeah, that's it. We're going to turn in. We don't got much time for shuttle.
Try and deal as best that we can with all the flight delays and so on. It's a long trip. I mean, Madagascar is not far away. Yeah? 18 hours to get to where we're going. It's quite a serious journey, and it's taxing, it's tiring, and it's a hell of a operation, you know. And then once you finally get to where you're going, you kind of then get a sense that, okay, well, now the trip's going to start.
There's a dog, there's a snapper there, eh? We've just arrived at Nazibi, and we're watching all the locals arrive with their dogs and off for a lovely family holiday. And we just can't wait to get onto the boat.
Yeah, we've arrived at this incredible flippin' place. We've seen some flippin' amazing fauna and flora, a little bit of insects and wildlife. And yeah, Jos is right here. We just probably got about a half an hour more to go with the tide, and yeah, Bossy's up around the corner, so it looks like we'll make the Mitsios tonight. So yeah, happy days. Our plans coming together.
To get to the nipples and get smoked 2 casts in a row and lose 2 lures, I Yeah, I was scratching my head a little bit and going on, please don't let it start like this. Fortunately, I took a little bit of comfort in the fact that the same sort of thing was happening to Barry, so I didn't feel too bad. Yeah, it was at that point that I knew, okay, well, it's game on now. It's time to get serious. I actually need to get all my nonsense together and make sure that I'm ready, and I got my fishing brain in gear.
That's on, Dad. There's a cougar, it's on. Jeez. Oh. Jeez. I think I have a lot of trouble with the kuta here.
Day one was pretty scary. I, being the person responsible for the fishing operation, I started to think that I'd under budgeted because it was unbelievable. We had 40 minutes of fishing maybe, and in that 40 minutes we lost a huge amount of tackle. And I think it was really because we were expecting GTs and we were expecting maybe a kuta, and the Razor gang just attacked us. I mean, we had giant kuta, really big kuta, just come out the water, engulf the lures, and then come racing straight at you. And then before you know it, you cut off well above the leader or on the lure or bust off or whatever happened. But I mean, it was just chaos. And I really started to think that we didn't have enough lures, especially the Selmo stick baits, which they ate unbelievably quickly. So yeah, it was pretty daunting. I really was worried about that night. I didn't sleep too well. I was worried about how many lures we were going to have left for the rest of the trip. But also I thought, geez, this really means we're going to catch some nice kuta from the side.
Darker colour. The slider is unbelievable. Oh. You can see where it hammered it there and there. There's plenty here. I'm going a darker, slightly darker colour with orange on the bottom because it's got dark now. Well, it's getting dark. I'm going to leave those hooks and just hope that they hold. There's definitely something chasing. Yeah, it's quite amazing. I've never really seen so many frigates. All just hovering above that one big rock that you could see. It was white with bird poo, and that's obviously where the frigates and the boobies were both are roosting. But the boobies were coming back very, very late, low on the water, and the frigates are up high. And what the frigates do is they go down and they chase the boobies and chase them and harass them until the boobies regurgitate whatever they've caught, and then they pick it up. And that's what they do all the time. So they just wait above those islands for those boobies to come back and roost, especially when they've got young ones, because when they've got young ones they're coming back regularly during the day. But at the moment I don't think they're nesting, but it was amazing to see that volume of birds just coming back towards the island at night.
It took us a while to get here, and we didn't have much light left, but yeah, I think we had about half an hour, 45 minutes of light, and yeah, truth nuts, the first place we got to, we got a little bit of a hiding, eh? We got pretty smoked by GTs and kuta. Yeah, I think we're gonna, it's been a long day, so we're gonna just head back to Bossy, get on the boat, get something to eat. We're gone pretty much the whole day without food. gear up and get ready and yeah, get a well-deserved sleep, and yeah, we'll be hitting it early tomorrow morning. Yeah, truth nuts, the first place we got to, we got a little bit of a hiding, eh? We got pretty smoked by GTs and Kuta.
Waking up in a place like that, you just know, well, this is it. You know, there's no cell phone, there's no beeping, there's no checking emails, there's no nothing. It's just, you are now in the wilderness, and it's quite a special feeling.
What's that, Basil? Breakfast. We're going to rig up the heavier stick baiting rods again. We took a big hiding yesterday with those Kuta biting us off, and they were really big Kuta, so it'd be nice to get one. But we're going to rig those up, and then on our way out to the spot we're going to pull some of those new fast Williamson lures, see how fast we can pull them. Kuta had a go at them yesterday and bit one off, so we'll see if we can't get another bite from a Kuta today.
To wake up in a place as special as this, it's yeah, definitely can't be anything other than having a big smile on my dial, and yeah, really excited to see what ends up happening today. It'd be nice to get that first fish, eh? After a small hiding. Yeah, this particular lure, what the Kuta were belting last night, it was actually incredible. I mean, they were hitting the lure and just jumping unbelievably high out of the water. It was actually incredible to see, incredibly exciting, and yeah, be good to actually get one today. But yeah, as you can see, I mean, they give that thing a very big hiding.
Ready for action. Big swirl there. We're going to stick back.
We ended up getting a pull on one of the new trolling lures that we were testing. Normally we have turns as to who's going to fight the fish when it when it strikes, but for whatever reason we had never kind of set the story up. So I think I was closest to the rod. I just grabbed it. Barry had gone to wind in the other rod, so I said to Barry, "Why do you want this fish, Barry?" And he was like, "No, you take it." Anyway, fortunately enough, it was a nice cooter, and it was nice to get that first fish.
Well, I think the next morning, once we started out, one of the first things I wanted to do was test a new Williamson product that actually is supposed to run at about 15 knots, and it certainly did. We were pulling it up to 13. We never quite got to 15, and funny enough, the smaller of the two lures seemed to pull a lot better, and mission accomplished. We got a nice cooter on it.
It was nice to get that first fish and, just sort of realize, okay, well, yeah, things have started. And
We always like to put our fish back, and the reason Barry was trying to do that was just to make sure that that the fish would actually survive. If we're taking it out, the chance of it making it is a little bit less. So we opted to try and leave it in the water, but it's obviously a bit tricky with the turn of the boat and roll of the boat. But yeah, anyway, fish ended up swimming off, and nice to get the first one in the bag. Yeah, I suppose sometimes that's what you get for trying to be nice, Ended up just coming off right at the boat. Barry ended up cutting two of his fingers, so yeah, I think the cooter got the best of us in the end.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Just the one hook of the lure went into the finger and the fish shook and it pulled it straight out again, so it wasn't too bad. Could have been worse. From there we went in a little bit closer and we started doing a bit of jigging, and I don't think we were really on the marks, but also it was one of those days when the fish just weren't really cooperating. For whatever reason, the fish just weren't eating like they normally would. So it was a little bit slow in the beginning.
get on it with a pushing tide. Just motoring up. What do you call this place? Mostly lava.
We get the opportunity early morning with a pushing tide. I think this will be quite an incredible place to fish, so yeah, possibly on the way back we'll get a shot.
Somewhere here there'll be a lot of fish.
And then yeah, we stopped at a place called Nasi Lava and we threw a couple of lures, and you know, it's hard to kind of say what to expect and what's wrong or whatever, you know, because it's your first morning. Boom, you're there. You don't know exactly what sort of rhyme or reason, whether the tide's too low or what the story is, and you've got to figure it all out. Plus you're traveling, so you know, it's a fleeting moment at a spot, and yeah, you got to just sort of keep your spirits alive a little bit when you're not getting, you know, a lot of fish. And we had a quiet start, but you know, in the back of the mind, you're not too worried because you know you're on your way to the top, which is Cap San Sebastian, and there you're definitely going to get a fish or two. And yeah, just to sail in there and see some familiar things. You know, the memory started to flood back from the very first time we came here. I think it was well over 2 years ago. And then I think I really started to get excited. I seriously had to calm myself down because, you know, just realized that there's a lot of conditions that need to fall into place for the fish to be absolutely wild like they were last time. And you know, it's 2.5 years later, it's a new trip, it's, you know, just be calm, appreciate where you are, and, you know, just see what happens.